I am Madam Gracious Kanzieni from Educare, Tanzania. Warmly welcome in our Educare media. Here, I'm going to run with you on our chemistry subject, and our class level is Form 3. My online student, we are making the revision question, and we are going to deal with our topic known as Compound of Metal Part 2. As I've said, we are making the revision question of this topic, means that we have already discussed a lot of questions, starting from the exercise number 10.1, exercise number 10.2. But also today, we are going to discuss the exercise number 10.3, the question in number 4. It is the last question of this exercise. And after there, we are going to start the revision exercise. So those questions which are general, which generate the whole topic. So here my students, tutaenda kudiscuss swali letu la 4 katika exercise number 10.3 ambalo linasema kwamba explain 5 uses of metal sulfate. So you can see that we are trying to discuss this compound of sulfate. But after there, we have to see the relationship of what we have discussed in our surrounding, in our normal environment, in our daily activity. So you can see that the metal sulfate is applicable mostly in the different field, but we don't have such kind of knowledge. So here in chemistry, we have to understand. So obvious, tutaenda kuona those uses of metal sulfate. Where do this metal sulfate applicable? So my student, as you see here, our question, it limits us, so as we are required to discuss the 5 uses. But I wanna tell you that sometime in the section C unaweza kukutana na hili swali na asikupe limit yoyote. Obvious, you are required to provide the 6 point, or sometime make sure you provide the point not less than 5. Ina maana kama umejitahidi utaweka hizo 5, lakini zaidi ya hapo weka pointi 6. So here swali letu katuambia explain 5 uses. Kwa hiyo tutajaribu kuangalia hizo 5 areas or field where this metal sulfate is applicable. But for more and further understanding, you can try on your own to look on the more uses, kwa sababu hili hapa tumekuwa limited, lakini I hope there is more than that. So try to pass through them so as you can enhance your understanding. So here my student, I tried to put the simple introduction that concerning with the uses of metal sulfate. Metal sulfate are versatile compound with the wide range of the application across the various industries. So here are 5 significant uses of the metal sulfate. Now, the first one is in case of agriculture, or in the field of agriculture. So in the field of agriculture, we are talking about field au tunaongelea katika kilimo. So how do this metal sulfate applicable in this agriculture sector? So tutaenda kuona those significant uses of the metal sulfate in this field. Tunajua kwamba kuna a lot of uses, lakini hapa nimejaribu kuzicategorize in terms of the different field, particularly field. Kwa mfano hapa kwenye agriculture utaona kwamba hii metal sulfate ina matumizi mengi. So in case tungeamua kuzidivide, tusiseme hii ni kwa ajili ya agriculture sector, tungekuwa na pointi nyingi sana. Lakini I tried to make those significant uses in general kwenye field fulani. Kwa hiyo tunapozungumzia kwenye agriculture, tunaona kwamba fertilizers and soil amendment. Kwenye agriculture, very potential and very most significant of this metal sulfate is fertilizers and soil amendment. Tunavyozungumzia fertilizers tunaongelea mbolea. Tunavyozungumzia the soil amendment ni ile ability ya kuensure that soil inakuwa managed in term of maybe there is issue of acidity, alkalinity na different factors. Kwa hiyo tunaweza tukafanya ile amendment, zile changes of the soil, managing of the soil depending on the uses of the metal sulfate. So you can see that metal sulfates such as ammonium sulfate and magnesium sulfate are commonly used in agriculture as fertilizers. Kwamba hizi ammonium sulfate and magnesium sulfate is very common fertilizers which are useful in the agriculture. So that is the first significant uses of metal sulfate in the aspect or the field of agriculture. So ammonium sulfate provides the nitrogen, which is essential for plant growth, while magnesium sulfate, commonly known as Epsom salt, supply magnesium, an important nutrient for photosynthesis. So you see the significant kwamba ammonium sulfate huwa inatumika as a fertilizer for the purpose of providing the nitrogen. Tunajua kwamba nitrogen is very essential for the plant growth. Lakini pia tuna hii magnesium sulfate ambapo katika zile lugha sasa in the industry wamejaribu kuitem kama Epsom salt. Kwa hiyo unaona kwamba commonly inatumika kama Epsom salt. Kwa hiyo sometimes mtu anakuagiza kind of fertilizer in ascertaining those farmers which deal with this na hizi growers and so forth. Kwa mtu unakuta na kuagiza the Epsom salt. Sasa Epsom salt katika chemical formula au chemical name is magnesium sulfate. Kwa hiyo utaona kwamba this is a compound of the sulfate. Na yenyewe unaona kwamba ina provide au ina supply magnesium metal au magnesium element. So and this magnesium is very important nutrient for the photosynthesis. Kwa namna moja au nyingine unaona kwamba it is very very significant. So these compounds help improve soil quality and enhance crop yield. Kwa hiyo kulingana na application ya hizo kind of fertilizer, ammonium sulfate and magnesium sulfate zina save katika kuimprove the soil, lakini pia kuensure that there is a crop yield which are improved. Kama soil itakuwa ni good, support the plant growth, obvious hata ile productivity yale mazao, it will ensure that there is increased crop yields, uzalishaji wa yale mazao kama ni mazao ya biashara, mazao ya chakula, whatever, even different vegetations zitakuwa katika good yield. But also another uses of this metal sulfate is water treatment. Water treatment. Metal sulfate like aluminum sulfate and ferric sulfate are extensively used in water treatment process. Kwenye swala zima la kufanya treatment of water, kutibu maji yawe safi na salama. So aluminum sulfate acts as a coagulant that help remove impurities from water by causing suspended particle to clump together and settle out. Kwamba hii aluminum sulfate inasaidia kuhakikisha kwamba those impurities or those undissolved particle in the water zinakuwa clumped together na inasaidia kuhakikisha kwamba zina settle sehemu moja. So this process is crucial in producing the clean drinking water and treating waste water. So it's very crucial katika kutreat water. Tunajua kwamba we have a lot of industries zina tend to manufacture a lot of product daily. Wanakuwa wana produce this kind of waste waters. I mean the waste which are in form of liquid. Kwa hiyo unakuja kuona kwamba the compound of metal sulfate is very essential wakati wa kufanya hizo treatment. The same apply inasaidia katika swala zima la kuproduce the clean drinking water, mean that hizi metal sulfate compounds zinakuwa pia is very crucial or is mostly applicable wakati wa kufanya treatment of water. So that is all about it. But another uses is construction materials. Construction materials. Sasa kwenye construction material hapa tunaangalia kwenye swala zima la those material which are used katika shughuli zote za ujenzi, construction purpose. So calcium sulfate in the form of the gypsum is widely used in the construction industry. I hope everybody know about gypsum. Kwa hiyo unaona kwamba wale watu ambao wanajenga nyumba zao, unaona sasa mostly they depend on gypsum. So industries, they use this metal sulfate compound for the purpose of manufacturing those kind of gypsum ambazo ni most wanted, most needed in the different our daily life, kwa sababu watu wanajenga kwa hiyo wanadepend kwenye hizo kind of gypsum products. So unaona kwamba hizo gypsum zenyewe zimetengenezwa kulingana na matumizi, zimetengenezwa kulingana na hizo compound of the sulfate. So you can see that gypsum is a key ingredient in dry wall, au tunasema gypsum body and plaster product. Kwa hiyo gypsum faida zake, wale watu ambao wanajua mambo ya ujenzi au mambo yote ya construction, you can see that gypsum ni ingredient nzuri katika dry wall, au tunasema gypsum board, lakini pia issue nzima za plasters. So providing the fire resistance and sound insulation properties. Hizi ni faida za kutengeneza hizo kind of hizo plasters, lakini pia hizo dry walls zinasaidia katika kuresist the sound, insulation property and so forth. So additional, it is used to produce the cement where it is help control the setting time. Kwamba hizo metal sulfate pia sometimes their compounds are useful to produce the cement, and the cement we know that it is help to control the setting of the different construction areas. So that is all about in construction material or in issue of construction. But another uses of this metal sulfate compound is pharmaceuticals and personal care product. Pharmaceuticals tuna include the both hospital and the medication field, hospital setting, but also issue of medications, au ndo tuna include kwenye issue nzima ya pharmaceutical. Lakini pia not only pharmaceutical, there is issue of personal care product. So simply we can see that certain metal sulfates such as zinc sulfate and copper sulfate find applications in pharmaceuticals and personal care product. Zinc sulfate, lakini pia tuna hiyo copper sulfate. So zinc sulfate is utilized for the antiseptic properties in ointment and creams. Tunapozungumzia issue nzima ya antiseptic properties or products, kwa utaona kwamba hii zinc sulfate inatumika katika ointments, lakini pia katika creams. Tunajua kwamba a lot of cosmetic, a lot of different creams, people they tend to use it daily. Kwa utaona kwamba this kind of compounds zinakuwa applicable wakati wa kufanya nini, wakati wa make those kind of product. Lakini hiyo tulikuwa tunazungumzia katika zinc sulfate, wakati copper sulfate can be found in some of the formulation due to the antifungal properties. Kwamba copper sulfate yeye anaweza kupatikana kwenye different formulations kulingana na antifungal properties. So antifungal properties for those which dealing with the medication issue au hizo kind of field za hospital, they know about antifungal properties. I hope my biology student, you can deal with this thing. I mean, you can check this for more information for your own understanding. Issue nzima za antifungal properties. Moreover, magnesium sulfate is often included in the therapeutic bath for muscle relaxation. So you can see that those compound of metal sulfate zina matumizi mengi sana katika issue nzima ya pharmaceutical and personal care product. Kwa mfano tunavyoongelea issue nzima za therapeutic baths for the muscle relaxation, hii inaweza ika act as a personal care, lakini pia inaweza ikawa included katika hospital environment, kwamba mtu ana shida fulani ya muscle, kwa hiyo anapewa therapy ya kufanyiwa hizo kind of muscle relaxation. So you can see that the magnesium sulfate, which is a compound of the sulfate or the metal sulfate, play the significant uses katika this kind of therapy in issue of pharmaceutical field. I hope there is more than this. Another uses is industrial processes. Industrial field. Sisi tuje kwenye industrial processes. And this is our last point, the point number 5. Nakumbuka alituambia uses, explain 5 uses of the metal sulfate. So we tried to look in, na tumeona kwenye kila field kuna different significant, kuna different importance or uses za hizo metal sulfate. Sasa in case of ili kuachana na hizo kind ya divide moja afu zote zina fit kwenye field moja, it's better we can generalize the field, then within that field is where you can explain those uses of those metal sulfate. So now let us see in the issue of industrial process, katika swala zima la industry. Metal sulfates play critical roles in various industrial processes. For example, copper sulfate is used in the electroplating to deposit a layer of copper onto surface for corrosion, resistance or aesthetic purpose. Hii ina maana gani? Kwamba the copper sulfate anatumika mostly kwenye industry process katika mfano mzuri ni katika swala zima la electroplating. My student, when we talk about electroplating here, I hope you know this concept well, kwa sababu tulishaisoma kwenye concept ya electrolysis, kwenye uses za kwenye ionic theory and electrolysis. Tulishasoma hizi concept za electroplating. Tulishasoma the concept of electroplating, tunafanya deposition of one metal to another. Lakini pia hii concept kama ulisoma kidato cha kwanza kabisa ile topic ya air combustion, firefighting and rusting, uliona how you can manage au how you can protect those iron material or iron substance from rusting by involving the electroplating means. Na kwenye electroplating means au process huwa tuna include deposition of other metal. So here you can see that copper sulfate inatumika kufanya hiyo deposition process. For instance, unaona kwamba one metal inakuwa covered with another metal au inakuwa tunatengeneza another layer to the metal. Na hii ni kwa ajili ya purpose ya kuhakikisha kwamba there is the resistance toward the corrosion, lakini pia kuna hizo kind of aesthetic purpose. Kwenye aesthetic purpose ni kama kile kitu kiwe na mvuto, kiwe na muonekano mzuri and so forth. Kwa hiyo utaona kwamba in the industry they tend to use those copper sulfate compound so as they can able to make this electroplating mechanism or electroplating process for the aim of ensuring that kunakuwa na hiyo corrosion resistance, lakini aesthetic process katika different substance. Kwa hiyo hii copper inakuwa inakuwa deposited kwenye surface of a certain substance and so forth. So additionally, we can see that the barium sulfate serves as a contrast agent. Contrast agent in medical imaging procedures like X-rays due to its opacity to X-rays. Kwa unaona kwamba this is another importance or significant of this metal sulfate compound in industries process. Mfano mzuri tunaona kwamba barium sulfate anaserve kama contrast agent kwenye medical imaging procedures like X-rays, na kwa sababu hii ni kwamba hii compound ina uwezo fulani toward that X-ray. Okay, those are the uses of those metal sulfate katika hizo field ambazo tumeziona, lakini in a simple summary we can say that metal sulfate are integral to agriculture, water treatment, construction material, pharmaceuticals, personal care products, and various industrial processes due to their diverse chemical properties. So this is how you can generalize. So from this summary unaona kwamba pointi zote ambazo tumezizungumzia, field zote ambazo tumezizungumzia zimekuwa included hapa. So cha msingi tu ni kujua kwenye agriculture how do this metal used, applicable, mfano wake ni upi, only that. How do this metal sulfate in construction material are used, are applicable. The same apply kwenye personal care product, kwenye various industry process. Kwa hiyo kulingana na their wide properties or their chemical properties inapelekea a lot of application in our daily life. So that is all about it. And finally, my student, I would like to say this marks the end of our discussion. Thank you so much. Have a good time.